It is another episode of the States Up podcast. I'm your host, Brain Freeman. And yes, as always in these podcasts, we visit with the student athletes here at Texas State to tell their stories. And very topical sport right now was Texas State women's golf. What a historic run they had at the Sun Belt Championships, winning their first team title since 2016, the fifth in program history, their second in the Sun Belt. And of course, the big story that came out of that too was the Bobcats winning their first individual championship since 2017. Hailey Jones winning the individual Sun Belt Conference title this past week. And with that, the Bobcats and Hailey on their way to competing in the NCAA championships. And Hailey joins us now on the States Up podcast. So Hailey, welcome and congratulations on what a prestigious win that was for you.
Thank you.
You got it. Well, welcome to the podcast, and again, I kind of went through the significance of that win for you, the first for this program in 7 years as a team, the first in 8. You made the Sun Belt all tournament team as well, obviously having won the individual title. So take me back to the competition for you, the Sun Belt Championships, and, what the feeling was like.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. I think going into the event, we were all really motivated. We've been talking about winning this conference since the beginning of the year, since our first meeting. And, the girls that have been on the team for a while, they have talked about how they finished second in previous years, especially last year. And so I think the older girls were very hungry, and we just had a really good, mindset going into the tournament. We were very motivated, and we obviously got off to a really good start the first day and had a lot of good girls, had a lot of our girls play well and shoot some good rounds. And, the conditions were a lot more tough and windy, and the greens were really firm on the second day, and we had a good round compared to the other teams. And that last day, I think, we really jumped even more ahead, and I think that just shows how hungry we were to make it to match play, and to just really set the tone going into match play to dominate. And I think it was a really cool 4 days. So it was really fun.
This is your first year at Texas State, first time competing against the Sun Belt previously, the Big 12 at Oklahoma State. How would you assess the competition that you faced in the Sun Belt Championships?
I would say that they're very similar. There's a lot of good girls. The girl that I was battling it out with from the girl that got second, I can't remember what school she was, but she was really, really good. I think she was a freshman or a sophomore. There's a lot of good talent in both conferences, and I definitely think playing in Big 12s has prepared me for moments like that a good bit. So they're definitely different, but there's good talent and good girls, especially good young girls everywhere in every conference. So you're going to find a good challenge wherever you go.
For a lot of your teammates, the NCAA championships is a first for them. For you, you've competed in this before with Oklahoma State in 2022. So what are you telling your teammates to expect, when competing in the NCAA championships?
Yeah, I was talking to one of my teammates the other day. She was asking me how regionals will be like, and it's really the same as every other tournament. I think that a lot of times, and Coach Par talks about this too, is a lot of times, you put it up on a higher kind of thought than any other tournament, than our regular season tournaments, but they're really similar. So my goal with my team is just to go in there with being comfortable and relaxed, and kind of just treat it like we did conference, just have fun. And conference, we had a lot of laughs. We were messing around when we were warming up. We had a great time throughout the whole week, and I think that really helped us when we were playing. And so, like, I think that, going to regionals, I think it's an advantage when you can kind of just see it as a regular tournament and have fun and take it day by day, shot by shot, and support everyone kind of like normal and, just treat it like any other tournament. So I think that's kind of a good mindset to go into it.
Hailey, I'm curious, you've been playing the game for a long time, having a really great, inaugural season here at Texas State. What is the strength of your game? Is it, your drives, your short game, the greens? What is your strength?
Recently it's been my off the tee. Since I've gotten here, Coach Par and I have worked a lot on different aspects of my game. And so he's really helped me in all aspects, but my driving accuracy off the tee has really improved since I've gotten here. And I gain, I think like a shot off the tee. And so my right now and throughout the whole this spring especially has been driving, but it's really like thanks to him because I was struggling with my driver when I kind of in the spring. It was going really high and it just wasn't going anywhere. And we got on TrackMan and my numbers were just kind of all over the place, and he kind of like helped me kind of make some adjustments. We worked with one of the guys at Ping that I have a relationship with through my past years, and he helped me get a new driver. We did some swing stuff, and I gained some yards on my driver, and it's really pretty accurate. So thanks to him, my driver's been a really important strength that has helped me a lot. I think it makes it a lot easier when you kind of find the fairways and then kind of go from there. So.
I'm curious. I know that there is a practice facility, just outside of San Marcos, and that's where you guys go and practice. But you having transferred from Oklahoma State, growing up in Dallas, I assume that this area relatively new to you in terms of courses. So where do you like to go and play and practice if you're not at the practice course?
I think my favorite course to play here is Kissing Tree. I think that's a really fun course to play. We play it with, like, we kind of switch up the tees too. So it's kind of like you don't get the same course every time, like with the different yardages. But I think that course is definitely my favorite. It gives you a chance to like really work on your wedges if we played a little shorter, but then also like when we stretch some of the holes back, it can get really pretty challenging. And the greens are always good there. It's always in like really, really good shape. So I do love to play there. I think our practice facility at Plum is really good, and especially for short game and for target practice on the range. But if I'm going to play, I definitely want to play Kissing Tree. And the members are so nice there too. So it's just a good environment.
Going through more of your career accolades, it's now 3 tournament wins for you, the Sun Belt Championship again recently, the Texas State Invitational this year, with Oklahoma State, the 2021 Dale McNamara Invitational, 5 top 10 finishes for you, 2 with the Bobcats, 3 with OSU. So as you kind of look at your career to this point, all those years of Stillwater, your year here, in San Marcos, what has the journey been like for you?
Very up and down. It's been so much fun. I'm so glad I have had the chance to take my 5th year. College golf has definitely been so much more fun than I could have ever imagined. I'm really sad that I'm almost done. But definitely at Oklahoma State, it was very up and down. I went through years where I didn't really play much, but I made some like really good relationships there, and I was around some of the best, college golfers in the world, both on the men's side and the women's side. Some of my best friends from that school are in the LPGA now, or playing over in professional golf in Europe, and I just learned so much from that environment and from the girls there and from the guys on the men's team and from that environment, from past players that have come in. And so like that was really cool. I think when I transferred here, it's been it's gotten even better. I think, with the coaching staff here, with Coach Par, I've improved so much more than I could have ever thought I could. He's really helped me, and I think, this is probably my favorite year in college so far. It's just, I didn't know it could get even better, and it's gotten better. And, I think definitely when you switch to new girls and a new coaching staff, it can be kind of scary, but it couldn't have been better here. So it's been very up and down, and definitely ending on a good one.
You mentioned the relationships that you made in Stillwater. The biggest one, I would think, was that with Par. Par Nilsson was an assistant at OSU. He takes a job here, at Texas State. He's been here for a few years now. And, when you're looking to transfer out, you have the relationship established with him that he's here, and you come to San Marcos. So what has your relationship been like with Par Nilsson?
I'm very grateful for it. So when I was in the portal, my past teammates from Oklahoma State, they had him. Several of them had been with him for a few years or a year. And when I was in the portal and he reached out, they were so excited, and they're like, don't look anywhere else. Don't take any school in consideration. Like, you need to be with Coach Par. Like, he'll help you grow your game. He'll help you find your game. He'll just help you so much. And so I felt really good and confident in my decision to come here and to be with him. And ever since I've gotten here, I've definitely grown closer to him than I thought I would. I ask for a lot of help in a lot of areas of my game. I think I take up a lot of his time. But I love learning from him. He knows so much, and he has a lot of cool stories too from his college experiences and from what he's learned from his past teammates. I think it's really cool also that he's played professionally as well. And he's coached a lot of really good girls as well. And so we have a lot of fun here with him. He makes us all laugh in so many different ways, and every day with the whole team. And he brings such a good environment every single day, and he makes us better. And most importantly, he wants us to reach our potential, and he definitely helps us find that every day. So I'm very happy to be coached under him, and so yeah.
I referenced your accolades as a college golfer, but your accolades go beyond that. Kind of going to your younger days, two-time winner of the Texas State Junior Championships. The first of those came when you were 14 years old, at the Texas State Junior Championships in 2015. Three-time Texas Junior Golf Tour Player of the Year. You competed in the 2017 U.S. Women's Amateur Championship. You reached a round of 32 then. You've been playing the game for a really long time. So when did it all start for you? And just how much have you dedicated yourself to your game?
Yeah, my dad was a golfer when he was younger, and his dad was a golfer. And so when I'm the oldest in my family. I have a younger brother. And the kind of rule in our family was, if my dad still played when I was really young, and the rule with his partner at the time was, if he wanted to go out to the golf course after work, he had to bring me. And so the moment I was born, I was on a golf course, and the moment I could walk, he had a club in my hand, and he made a golf club for me, and I think it was this big, and he cut it down. He put a grip on it from the moment I could walk, and he did the same thing with my brother. And from that time on, the three of us, my brother Hogan and my dad and I, we were at the golf course most days when we could be, and it was really cool. We were a very tight family, the three of us, and we grew closer when we were on the golf course, and we have the best memories on the golf course. So, and my dad takes me to every single tournament when I was younger. So all those junior tournaments, my dad was at, and he missed a lot of work for it and spent a lot of money on those traveling, especially those out of town. But definitely good memories from that with the family.
You mentioned your dad taking off work, to go take you to these tournaments. You yourself decided to be homeschooled in order to be able to play a little bit more, So you take me through that decision when you're younger. I'm sure not just yours, but a family decision as well. Can't be an easy one, the decision to be homeschooled so you can pursue, your sport even more. What went into that decision?
Yeah, so I was missing a lot of school. I think I did sixth grade, and then the summer after my sixth grade, I was kind of getting into bigger tournaments and those AJGAs, and I had a discussion with my dad that I really wanted to practice more, and I loved being on the golf course as well, so I just wanted to spend all day out there. And we had a few friends that were homeschooled, and I was so jealous of them. And so after that summer, after sixth grade, I had a discussion that, I thought this would be a good idea, and my dad was all for it. And so then we talked to his parents, so my grandparents, and it really wasn't that much of a big discussion. There was no negatives about it. My grandma ended up helping me with school for the rest of my middle school and high school, all the way through high school, and it was the best decision. I spent a lot of time at my club at Dallas Athletic Club, and I couldn't have been happier. I did school for a few hours during the day with my grandma, and then I was out at the golf course, so it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, you've been living a fantasy for a lot of people, by the way, to be able to, play as much golf as you had, and to be able to not only get your education at home as well. But you mentioned earlier that it's kind of surreal that it's winding down your college career. But again, you've been playing for a really long time. You're exceptionally good at it. Do you plan on pursuing this professionally?
Yes. So after our season ends, I haven't really figured out as much as I probably should have during, being almost done. But that is the plan. I'm going to kind of figure out, I've got to kind of figure out, different paths. There are different, I could go to Q school, or I could play on our Women's All Pro Tour, which is kind of around the South. And then kind of work my way there. It's just there's so many different routes, so that's definitely kind of where I'm headed. And I especially being here for only a year, I've made so many good relationships with these girls, and it's so hard to leave. Thinking of only being with these girls for a year and then having to leave. So I'm hoping that I'll get to come back here. I am planning on still working with Coach Par and having him hopefully help me with my game still. And so I'll still be making some trips down here, but hopefully we'll have some of the logistics and kind of a better plan here pretty soon on what path I'm going to take. But definitely turning pro here pretty soon.
So I know that at the time that we're recording this, you and your teammates are going to be ready to have a lunch with the president, Kelly Damphus, because the selection show is coming up a little bit later today as well. So I'm going to let you go so you can go enjoy that, be with your teammates, be with Kelly, and soak in what is a great moment with the program. But hey, Hailey, look, great talking to you. I know it's only been one short year at Texas State, but you've done a lot in this 1 year. As a Bobcat, congratulations on all the success you've had already. Best of luck to you and your teammates, the regionals, and looking forward to seeing this thing keep going for you and your teammates.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on today.
Absolutely. Well, that again, Hailey Jones, the 2024 Sun Belt Conference champion. She and her teammates are competing at the NCAA championships. Looking forward to seeing where the Bobcats will be competing next. Well, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the States Up podcast. For Hailey Jones, I'm Brant Freeman. As always, reminding you to keep your states up, and we'll see you next time.